Hey everybody, it's Eileen. It's voting day. Has everyone voted? I did it last week and I'm really glad. Glad it's going to be over tonight. That makes me very happy because I'm slightly anxious about this, but we have to trust in the system that the country was set up on and know that whatever happens, we can deal with it. So that's what I'm thinking about. Hey, Mitziana, you're right in there. Wow, and I saw Laura and a couple other people too. There's Laura. Hi. Welcome. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are feeling the same way, a little antsy. I don't know. But I thought that there is no better way to move forward than to create something. Hi, Jed, Loretta. I see Loretta waving. Diane. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. Hey, Leslie, voted. Okay, all right. Well, then, you know, we had our say. So, hi, Lisa. So now we just wait and see what happens. And, you know, whatever happens, happens. Hi, Anna. Well, good to see everybody. Hi, Maz. Okay, there's Glum. Okay. Well, I'll show you what we're going to make. And this, you're going to laugh at me. Hey, Jane. This is, well, I'll talk about it when we get to it, but this is what we're going to make tonight. And I know that I am always talking about organizing. And it's not that I'm unorganized. I just have too much stuff. So we're going to talk about how we can make planners and books, hey, Katie, work for us. And just kind of see the best way. And maybe there's more than one. Hi, Darlene. And I just missed some people and I'm afraid to touch this. So hopefully you'll say more stuff and I'll see you. I saw you, but I can't remember your name. I was scrolling too fast. Hi, Anne. Linda. Oh, good to see everybody coming in here. There's another Anne. Anne from Virginia. Oh, good. Hi, Anne. We're neighbors. Where in Virginia are you from? I'm in Herndon, up near DC. We're right near Dulles Airport. Hi, Jane. So tonight we're going to be making this fun little box. And, you know, we've made these before, but this is a different use for it. Hi, Dawn. And Denise, Allison. Oh, good. Wow, this is fun to see everybody. You're in Reston? Get out of here. Are you kidding me? We need to get together. Wow. Hi, Karen. Well, shoot. It's always fun to make friends, especially if they live nearby. There's Judy. Hope your mom's doing good. Oh, a little update on my mom. She is actually on her way. Well, she is at rehab right now. I got a picture from my sister. She was riding with her. Oh, yeah, Anne. All right. Well, we'll talk later. We will. We got to get together. Maybe a Chick-fil-A. Hi, Candace and Genevieve. Mom is at rehab now and settled with two nice ladies. So she did have a little bump in the road getting there, but oh, Karen Beers, hi. She is there now, and hopefully 4 to 6 weeks she'll be home. So she was standing up. She had a hip replacement, partial hip replacement, about a week and a half ago. So yes, go Mom. She is doing well. We were a little worried there because her sodium went down again, but they got that figured out, and so we're good. Hi, Angie. So I did want to show you one thing that I found. I went over to Tuesday morning. We went out to the beach this weekend, and hey, Janine, and Karen Rogers. Look what I found at Tuesday morning. These are beautiful. Is this not pretty? They're file folders and they're so nice and thick. And I made something out of it. Last night I was feeling anxious and I thought I'm just going to make myself a little book. Yes, in fact, I might give this to Mom when I go. It's just very simple. I'll show you when we turn the camera down, but it's made out of file folder. And I used magnet and just made a nice little graph page book. And it calmed me down and, I don't know, just gave me a good feeling. So, you know, we have to do that whenever we can. Thanks, Deborah. I know Maureen she is so good. She is such a good patient, but you know, she was a nurse, so she's very aware of all the things that she needs to do. But anyway, oh, thanks, Anne. All right, so we'll talk about this when I turn the camera down. And I have one box that I wanted to show you. I got 2 packs of them, those file folders, especially with how thick it is. You should see, you should feel it. I mean, it's almost, well, it's nice. It feels good. It's not a cheap one. Hey, Dana Fink, I got them from Tuesday Morning. They had 2 packs, and I bought them, and I would have bought more, and I would have sold them in the fan club because you guys would love them. But, all right, so that's what I'll show you that in a minute. But what we're going to make tonight is this fun little organizing index card box. Yes, she is Barbara. I just gave a report. She's at rehab. Whoa. So here are the things that we're going to use tonight. But I'll tell you, there are other things that you can use to make this. Any black chipboard, I'll tell you why I like this one. But you could use a black chipboard. Sizzix used to sell black mat board. They don't do it anymore. So this is, I have a couple packs, but you can buy black chipboard on Amazon. So don't worry. It's not like you can never get this again. This is mat board. The chipboard might even be better because that sometimes is black all the way through. So you can use that too. This is the die that we're going to use. And we have used this a lot of times before, but this is just another way to use it. So tonight we're going to put one together. I know, Barbara, isn't that sad? I can't go. I have to wait until I go to the beach because my closest one is probably 30, I don't know, 25 miles away. So I just don't get out there that much. But the one at the beach is really good. And I was happy to see that they had restocked. I thought they were kind of closing down and it looked like they were not going to get in new stuff. But they did. They got all their Christmas stuff, some really pretty napkins, which I'll show you on Thursday because I want to show you a kit that's going to go live pretty soon. And it's supporting our event that we're doing in December. So, oh, you're lucky. Oh, Leslie, I bet they see you every day. I would be there. The other thing we're going to use is our ThermoWeb nice red line tape because you do need something nice and sturdy. You need a strong adhesive to put this together. Hey, Bev, good to see you. Hi, Stacy and Rayleigh. I can't tell how you say that. So, all right, what else? You know what? I think, let me just talk about a little bit here while we're looking at each other. Now, these are index cards. You can buy, some of them are not ruled. They're unruled. They're just plain. Some have graph paper, which I did find on Amazon, but they were kind of expensive, and I thought, I don't really need them, but they do have them. And then you have your basic lined, you know, so depending on how you're going to use this organizer, or buy a pack of each. They also have colored ones. They have ones that are like Post-it note index cards, which kind of might work in there. I'll show you in a minute how we're going to do it. Now, the other thing that you're going to need is this. You're going to need dividers. These are old ones that I got in various trips to thrift stores, and they're kind of old and beat up. But what I did was I just wrote on the back. So there are these here, but I just wrote on the back. I might do new ones, but I don't know. I mean, they're working right now, and I'm really just testing this system because, as you know, I design dies that are for books, but I don't always use them correctly. So let me show you. Now here's one, and I did give it a try. I promise. I wrote in my book, and I love it, and I like how it feels. It's a good size. I can take my books out to, if I want to go to the store and I want to take out something, you know, they work fine. The problem that I was having, because I have so many book dividers in here, and I don't know if you can see, and I'll show you when we turn this down, but what I did was I made these little tabs that kind of can go in because I don't like them getting all messed up. So I can turn them in if I'm going to close this and go somewhere with it. But the problem is I can't see, if I make notes in each section of this planner, then I don't know what do I have to do soon, immediately. Like, what are the things that I really need to work on now? You know, what are my deadlines? What are the things that are happening? Because everything happens all at one time. So I kind of thought, well, you know, I made this little index card box the other night just because I was into this. I've been doing some work on scraps. These are the little ends left from mat board, and I've been working on my lettering and try to you know, just practice my lettering on these. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make a box very simple and see what happens. And then I got the idea for what I want to show you. So the reason that I'm going to a box instead of a book, it's not instead of a book, but for now, on my desk, this is what I'm using. So here is another box. Now this is another version, hey Penny Dove, of the treasure box. And this shows how you can use the stacking drawers inside to work with this die. There's also the notebook die, which fits inside here. So it's a really handy box, not just for index cards, but for other things if you want to make them. And this is just one of my favorite collections. The notebook, the stacking drawer, and the box, because they work together, and I just love that because it's efficient and I feel good about it. So anyway, let's turn the camera down and let's get going on making this. And if you have any questions, I already have my thing going, and I do have comments, so I will try and look up and see if you have any questions. All right, so let's turn this down. This might be a little high here. Yeah, let's bring that down a little bit. Not bad. All right, and so these are the supplies. Like we said, this is the red liner tape. You need a nice sturdy adhesive. This is black mat board, but you could use black chipboard. That's fine. And then here's the die. So let's go over what that looks like, and then I'll show you my box. All right, so this is the die, and here are the different parts to it. This is the base, so this is that part right there, and then this is the top. So you're going to have to cut two of them because that's a big die. So you're going to need to cut two of them and two of these. This is the top and the bottom of the box, okay? It goes together really easily. We're not going to use these today, but these are like little tabs or handles to pull open drawers. You could put this on the top of the box to lift it up. I chose to hinge mine, but there are lots of ways that you can do closures and lids for this too. But right now, we're just going to do a very, very easy box, okay? So let me go through my notes that I need to say. Thank you for prayers for my mom. That's really good. All right, you know what? Maybe I'll do this as we talk. All right, so here is my little box, okay? You can see it's very easy. All I did was I cut it out of black, and I just went around with my Jelly Roll pen, and this could use a lot more flowers or whatever. I just wasn't in the mood. I just wanted to make it. So I did it really easily, and I just made one little thing that said organize. This is my closure because behind here I have a magnet, and then I have another magnet here. So can you guys see that? So it just closes really nicely, and then there's a hinge here. This is washi tape with strong adhesive. Okay, so that's going to keep our box lid on. So it has that nice sound to it when you set it down, and it knows right where to go exactly on the top with the magnet. So I do like that addition. So here I have, these are all of my little tabs: to do, Facebook Live, classes, quotes, videos, inspiration team, educators, to buy, my shopping list, Etsy, products, ideas, passwords, miscellaneous. So whatever it is that you would be using this box for, you know, you would put your own little categories in there, okay? And I just wrote them right on the little tabs there. And I can add as many as I want to this, okay? So, all right, I'm just going to talk about these things as I create. So just watch what I'm doing, and then we'll talk about these other things. But basically, that's how it works, okay? So I'm just going to take my 2 pieces of mat board, because you need 2. Like I said, it's a big box, so you need 2 sheets of mat board, and you need to cut everything twice. Now, on this one, I'm not going to cut them. I'm just going to, well, I have room. Maybe I will cut them. Maybe I can use them in another project. So there's no right or wrong to this mat board. You can see it's either side. They're the same. So no need to think of anything. You don't have to line it. You don't have to do anything. Just cut it. All right. So let's run this through. So I hope everybody is doing okay. It's really cold out. This is crazy. I drove by our elementary school where I usually vote, because I wanted to see how the lines were, and they were not bad at all. There was like nobody there. I usually go at 2 o'clock and there's hardly ever anybody there, and I just go in and out, but this time I wasn't sure. All right, so here are our parts, and I'm just gonna put them over here for now. And I would recommend that you use a weight, like a heavy weight, because this is going to take a lot of abuse, and those index cards get pretty heavy if you have a full package of them. All right, or box of them. And you can get them, they're really cheap. That's another reason that I like this method, because you can just buy a nice supply of them, and when you're done, just throw them out, or if you wanted to leave them in a book or catalog them somehow, you could do that. But I'm probably just gonna toss them because they're a checklist. Like do it and I'm done. Okay, so here's the other one, and I am just gonna punch them out because why not? Okay, all right. So now we're gonna go ahead and line these, and I'm gonna do them while they're flat, just easier. So I'm gonna take my, which one is this? Let me get my glasses on. I think that's the 08. So you could do either, this one is 05. I did the skinnier line, but you could do a thicker line. So let's just go through and start doing that. And in the meantime, I'm going to tell you some of the things that are happening. And I am just freehanding this. I am not worrying about measuring or anything. I'm just going around the edge of the, you can see the score lines here. So you know this will be the area you want to work in. So I'm just going to go around here just to give it a little definition, but it would be fun to letter or, use flowers or, draw. If I had time, I would, but that would take a while. So for this, I'm just going to do this basic outlines lining here. Okay, so a couple things I want to tell you about. On Saturday, I am part of a class, I guess you'd call it. It's kind of a 4-day series of classes with a group of other artists, and it's called Ornamentally Yours. It's free. It's going to be held over in that group. So if you want to do this mine is on Sunday. I don't know what time. I'll put up a post about it, but if you want to go over there and see the classes, you have to sign up in the Facebook group and ask to join. So Ornamentally Yours on Facebook. That's where all the classes are going to take place, and then they're going to be archived so you can watch them again. So it's really a nice opportunity, and it's making ornaments and fun stuff for Christmas. So I think we can all get into that pretty much. Everyone wants a reason to get together. So try not to smear that. This is a little bit blobby, so try not to smear it when you're, working with it. And I did not make another one of those little plaque things, so I'll show you how that works on when we get to that part. Nothing hard. There is nothing at all hard about this project. Another fun thing about it, you can't really mess it up. You gotta love those. Okay, so we're almost done with this. And, you know, if you go off a little, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Yeah, that got a little wild. But you don't even notice it. It's just the general effect that you're seeing is like, oh, look at that, it's outlined. It's kind of fancy. Not too much, though. That's all right. Not everything has to be fancy. Now, the other thing about that, the one that I did, I do want to go ahead and put a coat of the sealer on it, that decoupage stuff that we've been using with the napkins. I do want to go ahead and give it a coat of that because I'm going to be using that a lot. And like this weekend I went out to the beach and I took it, and I don't want it to get messed up because black will get scuffed. So I was thinking I would do that maybe today and seal that. All right, so far so good. We've cut out the shapes. We cut 2 of each, and now we're going to go ahead and put it together. All right. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, because this came up in the fan club. All right, let's just review that, make sure we have everything. We have 2 of these. See how I smeared that? Not good. Well, you know what I can do? I can make that the bottom. I didn't want to do that because I thought there was a little thing on here, but let me go ahead and just do this one and not smudge it, because on the bottom nobody's going to see. But I was just starting to talk about something. Oh, mat board and chipboard. Yeah, we could talk about that because actually this is mat board, but someone was saying, Leslie, I think, was making these little memo holders in the fan club, and she had a little trouble because the chipboard was splitting away from the design, and Glum very nicely stepped in and tried to give a solution, and I think that it was great advice. And it could be that the material was too thick, because these dies were designed to work with material that is like the depth of mat board, which is about a 1/16 of an inch. Okay, so if you're going to cut something that's either bigger or smaller than that, or thinner, you know, it's going to act a different way. The blades, let me just show you on here. All right, this blade in here, that is a scoring blade, okay? That goes halfway down into this thick material, you know, so it scores it like halfway down of the mat board. So if you have stuff that's a little bit thicker, it may not bend as easily, and that's why it could be a reason why it's splitting. The other reason is, the way I think of it, chipboard is kind of like, it's kind of like particle board, you know, which is a bunch of wood that is all chopped up and then like glued together and you know, put out as a sheet. Mat board is more like wood in that it's got a grain, so they lay down sheets of cotton, you know, or whatever the material is. So there is a grain to it, and it does react differently depending on what you're doing with it. So you never know, and that's why it's good to kind of experiment a little bit before you make your masterpiece, because you don't want to ruin it, and you want to know how each material works. So that was a really good question, Leslie, and I hope that helped, and you know, you can figure it out. And that is also the fun of working with these dies, because you are never quite sure, you know, what's going to happen. Because if you like to push the limits, like I know Ulrika does, I do, you know, it's like, well, I got the die, I can always get another one, I'm going to test it out and see what happens. So sometimes you can find out really cool things that it will do that you may think it wouldn't. Like, I remember when I first started doing stuff with Sizzix, I was on one of their sales calls and somebody asked, can you emboss mat board in an embossing folder? And they said no. And I was like, what? Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. So you just kind of have to play with things and let people know. And that's what's so fun about our group, that everybody tries things and gets out there and says, fail, failure, or, look at this cool thing. So I'm just trimming off here because you can kind of see that. It doesn't probably matter. All right, so now we have our sides. Okay. And these are going to go like this. So I just like lay them out here. All right, and let's put our adhesive. I think I have another one of these because I might not have enough. All right, and I'm just going to take each tab and I'm going to add my adhesive. And I'm going to go right over this little spot here. I'm going to keep going and add my adhesive on to the next tab. I'm not going to trim that. That's going to help when you put this together. That's going to help these two stick together. Plus, that's one less thing you have to cut. For us lazy crafters. Call it what you will, but it serves two purposes. Alright, so I'm just putting on my adhesive. You might want to burnish a little bit. Alright, and I have some other announcements. Oh, this is going to be fun. Now tomorrow, there are Sharon Curtis is going to be on Create and Craft. Tomorrow, Wednesday, she's going to be on in the UK at 7:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and 8:15 at night. Okay? And I did the homework and found out that in Eastern time, that comes out to 2:30 in the morning, which I will probably be awake for. 10 o'clock in the morning, which I don't know because I have to go get my real ID tomorrow in the DMV at 10:30, so I don't know if I can watch that one. But then 3:15 is the other one, and that's Eastern time, so just you can factor that out for whatever time zone you're in. So make sure you go and watch, because they don't have a feature like it used to be on Create and Craft. You could go watch the replay, but last time I went to do that and I couldn't, and I missed it. So I don't want to miss it because Sharon does such a good job. And I know that Ann Melman is going to have some samples on there, which I saw, and they're amazing. So I'm excited. I love watching that because the accents are just so good. That's one of my wishes, that I had an accent better than New York. You get what you get. Alright, just a couple more to go. Okay, so make sure you go watch Sharon tomorrow. Alright, then I have a couple Etsy things. Now see, I've got all of my notes here for Facebook Live. It's very handy. I usually write it in a little notebook, but I don't always look in it, and then I forget. Another thing is, Michelle Brown, you'll remember from a couple weeks ago, we did a Facebook Live teacup project, a card. She has the dies in her shop, and she's in Australia, so if anybody is in Australia and needs to get them, Michelle Brown, she's from Picture to Page, but I don't have the name of her shop at the tip of my tongue, but Chris Flint or somebody from Australia, if you know, you want to throw that in there, that would be good. Alright, so these are good. And what else? Another thing about Etsy, oh shoot, I'm so mad. I apologize. If you guys ordered something on Halloween and you're getting your order now and you didn't get a skeleton charm, I said I was going to send it in. I had the bag sitting here, just sitting here waiting to put it, and I just totally spaced out. So let me know and I'll send you either a skeleton or another more current, like a leaf or something like that, now that Halloween is over. Unless you want to have a skeleton anyway. Alright, so now what I'm doing is I have all my adhesive on my tabs, and I'm just peeling off these to give myself a framework. Then I'm going to peel these off, and we're going to make, this is the top of our box right here. So that's what we're going to do, okay? So I'm just joining that at each spot. Now, if you wanted to reduce the bulk, you could peel this off, this piece right here, you could peel that off. I'm just going to leave it on. This is fairly thin, so this doesn't create a problem for me. I'm just going to leave it on this time. You know, if you've got a couple layers of paper, like if you covered the inside, the outside, and the thick mat board, you might want to do that, but alright, so we're just going to join this and just, you know, make sure they match up. If they don't, you still sometimes can get that off, but try and get it right first time, because it's a little tricky. But see what I mean here, how you have this extra adhesive? That's going to help it stick down more. So just start peeling these off, and then we're going to do the same thing with our box. This is kind of a practice. Alright, and if the tape rips up a little or the tape starts to come off, just stick it down again. After you do that, see how that's coming up a little? After I put this together, I'm going to add some glue in there just to make it stick. Okay? And I'm not looking at any questions. Creating mixed media. Oh, there's Lisa. Creating mixed medias, Michelle Stop. Thank you very much. Mount Waverly in Melbourne. Oh, very good, Lisa. She's on the job. Okay. Oh, it did it again. Alright, so not a big deal. It just tore off the top layer of the paper. But alright, so this is going to be our lid. So we want the one that doesn't have the boo-boo, which is not a big deal. And I could always take a black marker and just fill that in. So don't worry. So now what I'm going to do is kind of hold this with 4 fingers, and I'm going to form this into a rectangle. And then I'm just going to set my box lid on top and make sure that it's square. That feels pretty good. And I'm just going to press that down. Okay. Now we have our lid. It's cute. That looks good. Okay. Alright, now let's do the bottom. Alright, what else are you guys saying? Yes, the southern accent, I know. Americans, Debbie has it. That's true. Debbie does have a pretty strong accent, yes. It reminds me, we lived our first assignment when my husband went in the Army was at Fort Rucker, Alabama. And I'm, like you know, from New York, and I honestly could not figure out what they were saying. It was like another language because they talked slower, and, you know, your brain's got to grasp it, and it just was hard. But by the end of the time, I was up to speed. Alright, so I'm just going to put that on. Okay. And you wanted to fold these over, you know, so you have them, you're breaking the fibers and making it easier to make it into a box and let it stay like a box. Because sometimes if you don't do that, you only fold it over part way, it'll still try to spring open on you. So what else? Yes, I told you about the skeleton charm. If anybody wants a treasure box, I have 3 in the shop, so just let me know. Alright, now I gotta put this together here. You miss military life. I know, I do too. It's been a while. I mean, my husband's been retired for a while, but still. And we still have the kids are in, so we hear about it from them. And we have friends who still we see, so we have really good memories of it. Were you Army, Diane? One of the docs in Texas was Cajun. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, the southern accent, I just... What else are you saying? Be from Maine and live in Alabama. Yeah, that's tricky. Yeah, Leslie. Your father's job associated with the... Oh, Redstone Arsenal. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing here. And you missed the uniforms. Yeah, that was nice. Oh, and I forgot to say, just go in here and just smooth this down with your finger. It should be pretty good, but, you know, do that for both of them. Okay, so now we have top and bottom, all right? And you're gonna see, okay, which one do I like better? Doesn't matter really, but you are gonna put the hinge on the other side. So see which one you like. That one looks kind of wonky, so I think I will go this way. That one looks, oh, they're about the same. I'm just gonna go like that. And sometimes I just set them on there and see which feels better, but this is pretty good. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I am gonna take, and I hope I kept this here, yeah, I've got some washi tape. Now, you can probably use something else, but the reason that I like this is because it's nice and thin. And if you look over here, you don't want a lot of stuff bulking up this joint here, because that's gonna make this piece in the back kind of bump up and not close all the way. So as thin as you can get. So what I'm gonna do is, first thing is I'm gonna take, now this is thermo web, this is 1/2 inch tape. And what I'm gonna do is, and I should have done this ahead of time, wait a minute. Oh, maybe I can, wait a minute. Maybe, see, what I want to do is even out. Oops. No, I want this to set here so I can keep these together. Because, alright, oh, that's alright. We'll improvise here. But if you can, what I did was I rested this on something so that was together, and then I spread my tape on it, but we'll just do our best. You know, like a little platform to put both of the pieces. So just measure out like about that much. Don't go all the way to the edge. It's too hard to get in there. All right. And then, you know what? I can use a clip. I can use one of my... This stuff is really sticky, I'll tell you. Alright, we can get the middle down, and then that should... Okay. So, this really is sticky. So you just want to make sure this is clamped together nice and tight. And then in the middle of the two, you're going to lay your adhesive down. Try and get it straight, but it doesn't really matter that much. Sorry, I know you can't see this. And then release one of them. Press this down, make sure they're together. And up high enough. You just really want these squished together, alright? And then you're going to press this down as tightly as you can. And level, okay? That looks pretty good. You always knew we were home because of the bed cover. Oh, hi Lillian. Be able to watch your creativity. Oh, good, Lillian. Well, good to see you. Your dad was Army. Royal Navy. Ooh, cool. So he was away a lot, I bet. Yeah, those Navy people. See, Army, you didn't know when they were going to go. Navy, they would go out 6 months and home 6 months. Alright, so you just peel that off. Okay, now you have your hinge. Now the next thing I'm going to do is cut my washi tape. So you need something just thick enough to cover the adhesive, because you don't want that sticking out, or else it's gonna, you'll have stuff sticking to it, which you don't want. Alright, so this, you just want as long as your tape. You could tear it, but What are you missing? Hi, Barb. Oh, not too much. We're just making a treasure box. Navy bed cover. Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah, it's the little traditions. All right, and then you're just going to set this down on that tape and press. And that is going to give you a really nice hinge. Oh, that came out excellent. Ah, it's even. Okay, my little clips come in handy. All right, so now we have our box. Now, you can see over here there is a little bit of a gap, and what I'm going to do is take some baby powder and just go over that so it takes off the stickiness of it, but that's going to keep your hinge, you know, so the box is closed right. Okay, now let me show you how I did the magnet. Okay, I took two different sizes. All right, this one is small. Let me take these out. So this one is small because I only had a little bit of room here. I had a large other magnet, but this one, it had a little bit of thickness to it, and so when it goes together, it just clicks right in. So whatever you have, you know, work with whatever you have. But that's how the box, look at that. It's amazing. Magnets are the best. So that's how you make the box. Now to do that, I just cut out a piece of mat board, and here's some other things that I was just kind of practicing and working, and comfort and joy, and I don't have the other thing written out, but this is going to be an event that's coming up and part of Maz's, and let me explain to you, we're having this event in November. I'm just picking up all of my red little tags of tape. On the day after Thanksgiving, on Black Friday, we're having an event, and it's going to be like a December daily-ish activity for the whole group. It's going to take place in the Eileen Hall fan club. So if you're not a member, go ahead and join, because you'll want to be part of this. It's going to be really fun. And what we're going to do is the team is going to have a project every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So they will be up in the group, in the fan club, and they're going to either have a video or a blog post or some kind of activity for you to do. And it's meant as a way for you to kind of get inspired to get in the holiday season and for you to make a journal. So you can use any journal that you have. I would hope that you would use one of my dies, you know, the pocket notebook, the journal, the wrap journal, the tiny book, you know, whatever. And we're all going to share over in the group. I will have a kit for you, and I'm going to talk about that on Thursday and show you. But there should be, even if you don't have a die, I'm going to send that out in a kit. So we had a contest, which Maz won, Marion Standing won, and I have a package to send out to her. I haven't been out of the house today, but she's going to get a package for coming up with the most popular name, which was The Year That Changed the World. And I talked about it with some of the team, and I think that I didn't explain it right, because this is supposed to be, it could be for the year, but it could just be for December, and we want it to be something comforting. So we're going to call it The Year That Changed the World, Comfort and Joy Edition. So you will see a post going up kind of sharing some more about that and how it's going to work. So if you're interested, I hope you'll come over, join the fan club, and be part of that with us. Okay? So that's going to be happening on Thursday. What else? Let me go through my cards. Oh, you know, it was kind of interesting. I was listening to this guy. His name is Seth Godin. He's kind of a, I don't know what you would call him, maybe a motivational speaker, kind of. And he was talking about the practice, which means what you do as a creative person he was talking about having creative block. And he said the best way to get over that is to just start. And I have found that to be so true in my life so many times. And in fact, this is kind of what I was doing the other night by just sitting here and drawing and lettering and trying to get my mind off some things and doing other things. And it was working, you know, because I was in the flow, and he was talking about flow, which is really the ultimate thing that you want. It's when you know, when you're creating and everything's going right and you have ideas flowing and you're just on a roll, you're in the zone, whatever you want to call it, you're in flow. And I think as the days ahead unfold, we may need to be looking to our creative selves a lot more, and to, you know, channel maybe some frustration, or who knows, I don't even know. I don't know what's going to happen, but our country is at a scary time right now, and so I need a positive thing, and I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna every day sit down and try. So I think that our event that we're having, you know, it's not for a little ways, but, you know, in your mind, start preparing for this time for you and us to get together and just do something positive and be together and, you know, turn this positive. So, where are we? Yes, Seth Godin. Yeah, isn't he good? He had so much, like everything. I wanted to write it down. But it was so true about that flow, you know? And Maz, that was a great, it just summed it up. I mean, that's the year that changed the world. It did. And we all know it, but we don't always want to remember it at the holidays. So, you know, we're working around it, and we're regrouping, and we're going to go ahead with it and just, you know, turn this into a good thing and a community event. So I'm really happy that you guys are with us. Yes, it does sound like fun, Janine. I know, it's coming up. There are too many to choose from. Too many books or too many? I'm not sure. Lisa? What else? 2020 has been something, yeah. Thank you for adding me. Oh, good, Marion. Welcome. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, good. Have fun, Marion. And, you know, we may be having some new members join tomorrow because Sharon very nicely always mentions our group. So be ready to welcome if we get some new people in the group. That'll be fun. Glum, as you're watching, you're teaching yourself to weave for the first time. Good. Oh, that is good, Glum. Yeah, it gets your mind off things. Oh, thank you. Well, Bev, you know, it's practice, and this is not great. I'll tell you what this is. This is me being okay with not perfect, and I really am okay with that. And maybe that means I'm giving up, but maybe it means I'm not perfect. Why should my writing be perfect? And why should I try? This is me, you know? So the trick about it is to be consistent, and that you can control. So, you know, don't sell yourself short, Bev, because you can, you know, you can practice. Karen flows all the time, especially when wine is involved. That's good. Oh, yeah, it's good for us to try new things. Yeah. Too many books to choose from. Yes, I know. Okay, well, you know, I think I'm going to be doing the first installment or whatever. That's going to be on the day after Thanksgiving. So tune in, and, you know, you may find something in there that kind of sparks you one way or another. But anyway, that's pretty much what I have tonight, guys. But I say thank you so much. I wasn't going to do it today, and then I just thought, no, I just need to keep going and be consistent and do it. And, you know, tomorrow the sun is going to shine and rise and everything else. So life goes on. I don't know. It's not even, it's just the uncertainty of everything, I think, that's getting me a little crazed. So anyway, it will all be fine. I will be back on Thursday. Keep calm and carry on. That's right. Yeah. And if you cry a little, that's all right too. Oh, good, Janine. I'm so glad you came. I need the dew for the Diet Coke. Hey, I've got it. It's right here. It's the dew. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to head out. My husband just got home. Now I have 2 boxes, so if I need extra, look at that. They match. Maybe I need to have a set, you know? Or I can do organize here and then organized so I keep track of things. I don't know. I'm so happy that you decided to go ahead and do the live. Oh, good, good. Thanks, Karen. Okay, we are all in this together, and thank you all for being part of it. And Anne, so great to meet you, neighbor. All right. Oh, you're late. Okay, we'll get to bed, Helen. All right, we'll see you in the morning, or well, not in the morning, but we'll see. I'm going to be tired, I'm pretty sure. But I'll see you on Thursday, if not sooner. Okay? All right, thanks everybody. Have a great night. All right, see ya. Bye.